Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and here we are with the ultimate Antutu throttling test of 2022. Xiaomi 12 Pro versus Mi 11 Ultra versus POCO F3, Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 versus 888 versus 870. Who's gonna come out on top? Let's have a look. So here we go, folks. You know the drill. We're going to do not one, not two, but 4 tests of Antutu, the latest version on all these chipsets. This is the Xiaomi 12 Pro with the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, and it's going to go against the Mi 11 Ultra with the 888, and the reigning champion of this test, my probably favorite phone of 2021 from Xiaomi, POCO, Redmi, the POCO F3, and the Snapdragon 870, as you guys know, is a beast. So which phone will come out on top? Let's not waste any time and have a look. So folks, to start, we are on HD video here, no apps in memory, and we're on max brightness, automatic for all these phones, and running the latest version of Antutu on each of these phones. And look at this incredible score, 1 million. But can this phone replicate that same success here next to the other phones? Let's not waste any time and get started with test number 1. And of course, I'll be testing with my FLIR camera while these phones do this test to measure the exterior temperatures of the phones. Here we go. Alright folks, so we're done with test number 1, and what did you notice other than the flickering of the Xiaomi 12 Pro screen that I honestly guys I'm noticing now, but a 957,000 score on the Xiaomi 12 Pro, and the POCO F3 starts this test with a 683. Now we're going to look at the temperatures of these phones. Let's see how they do. Pretty cool, 39 degrees only, and we're around a 40 degree on the bottom, and around a 39 here on the Mi 11 Ultra. And of course, the POCO F3 stays cool at 37.9. What a beast of a chipset. I love the 870. Now you may be wondering, but Frankie Tech, I expected a higher score on this Xiaomi 12 Pro. Well, that's because, guys, I did run this test on regular mode. I did run a test on Antutu performance mode for the Xiaomi 12 Pro, and it lost 7% battery life. You're getting a nearly similar performance, and you only went down 2%. So to all you power users, it may not be worth putting so much effort into performance mode for the sake of battery life. But that is exactly what we're going to do now. We're going to go to performance mode on all of these phones. Here we go. And just FYI folks, I do think that the flickering is due to the LTPO settings on this Xiaomi 12 Pro. If you go to 60 Hertz, it does change the flickering quite a bit. But when you go to auto, it's pretty uniform. You don't see that on these two phones. And it's around 23 degrees in this room. Let's go ahead and get started with test number 2. Here we go. Alright, test number 2 completed, and an interesting set of results here, guys. Even on performance mode, these phones are getting hot. But what's crazy, folks, is that this phone has managed to finish first in front of the 8 Gen 1 multiple times now. Now let's look at the temperatures of these phones, and we're getting now hot on the 8 Gen 1. 45 degrees, unbelievable. But we're also up to 44.5 here on the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra, and on the Snapdragon 870 we are at 40, 41, 42 degrees on this phone. And this Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 is heating up quite a bit more here on performance mode than I expected. But now let's do a test number 3 with these flagship phones. That's right, 8 Gen 1, 888, and 870. To me, these are the best chipsets on the market from multiple generations. And I do think though, guys, the 870 is really showing its prowess tonight. Let's have a look. Test number 3 completed, and oh my gosh, look at these two phones. They have gotten a bit darker. The POCO F3. This thing looks like it's not even sweating it, folks, but we see 901,000, 728, and 684. The only phone that is even close to its original mark is the POCO F3, and I gotta tell you, this Xiaomi 12 Pro is feeling the heat now. But let's have a look at the temperatures now, and my gosh, guys, yes, the Xiaomi 12 Pro is getting pretty hot, 45 degrees just about, and we have on the Xiaomi 12 Pro 45 degrees, and we're getting a bit warmer now on the POCO F3, coming to 40, 41 degrees, but still much cooler than these other phones. And I think you can see which one is the hottest. Oh boy. So let's do it one last time with this test number 4. And I really do hope these phones don't melt. Here we go. Alright folks, test number 4 completed, and you may have noticed it there. The Xiaomi 12 Pro did not complete the last test. It just pretty much shut down. It overheated, and yes, some phones have finished the test pretty hot, but no phone has ever just shut down in this way. It's the first time I've seen it, guys. I do think it's a failsafe for this chipset, but it does mean to me that this 8 Gen 1 is still getting pretty dang hot. But let's look at the final temperatures of these phones. 44 degrees for the Mi 11 Ultra, and around 45 degrees here for the POCO F3. It's finally gotten hot here, so every phone really boiling now. But which phone won this test? Let's have a look at the final results and talk about it when we get back. So here we are back, folks, with the final verdict in this test. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but in third place, it's none other than the Xiaomi 12 Pro. I know that this phone hit really great results, and it has the new record here on Frankie Tech, but to be honest, I did not expect this phone to overheat as much as it did. And most importantly, I did not expect this phone to actually not complete this test, something that no other phone has ever done in the history of this Antutu throttling test. Despite the high scores, guys, I do believe that this Xiaomi 12 Pro is just too hot for this chassis. Maybe we will see other phones that do a better job. Of course, this is a pretty extreme test, no doubt, but I gotta tell you guys, considering what we heard about this Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, maybe optimizations can happen, but for now, this is one hot tamale. In second place, we have the Mi 11 Ultra, and yes, this phone is definitely warm, but it managed to keep a consistent percentage, and the screen was actually looking a lot better than the Xiaomi 12 Pros in this test. And you'll also notice that both of these phones have lost nearly 20% battery next to the champion, guys. The champ with 85% battery, only 15% drain versus the 20 of these guys. Your winner of this test is the POCO F3 with a Snapdragon 870, and this phone is consistent, so consistent, and it's proving to me there's a reason why Xiaomi did do the Xiaomi 12X this year. I think they know what I'm about to say, and I'm gonna say it right now. Folks, we have reached peak smartphone, and at this point, this is all you need in a phone, a Snapdragon 870, and every subsequent generation of Xiaomi phones has had overheating issues. And this proves to me that in a really small body of a phone, you really don't need this much power. The Xiaomi 12 Pro is a terrific phone, but this chasing specs over and over means that you will continue to have these overheating issues. I think we reached a point with the Snapdragon 865 2 years ago, perfected in the Snapdragon 870, that I think will be the sweet spot for most phones in the future. And I can imagine many OEMs deciding that this is it. This is as much power as you will need in a smartphone. But it doesn't matter, because the win goes once again to the Antutu throttling test champ, the POCO F3. Unbelievable. But hit me up in the comments. What are your thoughts on this result? And did you expect the 8 Gen 1 to do better? I mean, these are incredible results, but the phone did overheat. No lie. Yes, we were on performance mode here, but the only phone that truly handled it like a boss is the POCO F3. But hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching, folks. I do appreciate it. And stay tuned for my full review of the Xiaomi 12 Pro coming this weekend. I'm going to really spend some good time with it. I don't want to rush it, so stay tuned for that. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one. Impressive scores, but I really expected a bit more. Oh boy.